Welcome to another Star Trek Fleet Command video. Today we're going to talk about the ISS Jellyfish. You just got one, and what in the world are you supposed to do with it? Well, that depends on two things. One, do you have a level 34 ship, such as an Enterprise, an Augur, or a D4? If you don't have any of those, you do want to sink some resources into that ISS Jellyfish and use that ship. The ISS Jellyfish is one of the 4 ships that will allow you to ascend into deep space. So keep that in mind. You can ascend with the ISS Jelly, and you don't need any of those 34 ships. The other benefit of the ISS Jelly, it is strong enough that you can hit Kronos, Romulus, or Sol and grind out those level 42 and level 46 blueprints that I've mentioned in other videos. Now, it is super important that when you do your grinding that you go ahead and make sure you're saving up your chest. You'll notice I have 612 chests there. Save those suckers up. Turn them in groups of 100. You're going to get better RNG, and that's what you want to do to get your level 42 and 46 blueprints. So, I take my ISS Jelly. I go ahead and put Pike, Moreau, and Talon on, and then I go out to Kronos, for example. Let's go over to Kronos here. With that specific crew, and you could use Picard, Beverly, Talon, you want to go and look at the actual individual ships and see what you're hitting. You'll notice there's 2 types. There's a regular Klingon transport, and then there's the heavy Klingon transport. With Talon, you want to hit the heavy Klingon transports. If you're using Chen, you want to hit these regular Klingon transports. So keep that in mind. The officer that you have on your ship, either Talon or Chen, determines what one of these that you're going to hit. And you want to hit these over and over and over until you get blueprints. Just so you know, I was able to grind out a Katinga without spending a single faction credit on blueprints. You can do that for all of your other ships. But now comes the question. I don't have a level 34 ship, but I have the level 39 Jellyfish. What should I do to it? Well, you'll notice I'm at tier 2, and I haven't upgraded anything on this. Okay? The reason I have not upgraded this particular ship is because one of its main benefits is once you get it, it gives you a weekly event that actually fell this week on Wednesday, where you go out to one of 3 different systems, hit 50 ships, and you get a bunch, when I say a bunch, about 4,000 of these right here, these uncommon parts for your ship. Now you can use this to upgrade your ISS Jelly, and if you don't have a 34 ship, it might make sense to upgrade it to like a tier 3, possibly. However, even at the tier 2, you can still go out and hit those ships in like a Kronos, a Sol, or Romulus without having to upgrade crazy. Okay, so there's that. Now, take this, use the events, get those parts, upgrade that maybe to tier 3 probably at the most. And what you want to do from there is look at this bad boy called the Vidar. This is your 42 ship that you probably want to aim for. It's a Romulan ship. And the beauty behind this particular ship is all those uncommon parts that you ended up getting with the ISS Jelly event that you can get every single week, you can sink into this Vidar. And I mean, you don't see it real good on my screen, but right now I have this tier 9 out of 12, and this particular ship is almost 47 million in power. This ship was much easier to upgrade than the Katinga or the Kelvin, and it's just the best of all the 42 ships. So I'm going to reiterate. Take your ISS Jelly, upgrade it a bit. Go grind like crazy in one of those 3 capital systems. based on what you're working on from a faction rep standpoint, and grind out those parts. Don't spend faction credits too much on these ships. Maybe to get you the first one, like maybe the Valdor, but the other two you can go ahead and get for free. When I say free, no use of faction credits. One other thing I want to point out, once you get these 42 ships, you can get a refit. For example, this particular refit here, if I apply that, it turns it into a Cardassian ship, but the actual refit itself, what it does, and it doesn't show it right here, but what this does is this gives you a 100% increase in your faction rep when grinding for Romulan faction rep. Both the Kelvin and the Katinga, or not the Katinga, both the Kelvin, actually, yeah, the Kelvin and the Katinga, both of them have a refit that allows you to get 100% increase in your faction rep, which allows you to grind even harder, get all of your rep up so that you can go ahead and move up to the higher ships. Moral of the story, get the ISS Jelly, get you a Valdor, grind out the other ships so you can have all three of the 42s. While you're grinding them, you're also going to get the level 46 parts as well. And that's going to just help you just a little ways down the road. So, to answer the question that was brought up in the Alliance, should I max the ISS Jelly? Probably not. But you can put a little attention to it. You know, put it up a couple tiers, see how it works. If it's not working as well as you want, go ahead and upgrade it another tier. But don't overinvest in it. Save those parts for your Valdor or a level 46, or if you even wanted to, a level 50 grade 4 Explorer. So I hope that answers your questions about the ISS Jelly and how that actual event and upgrading can be used to benefit your gameplay. If you have any questions, please let me know.